This channel is supported by my online fishing courses, and you can learn more and get significant discounts at saltstrong.com/Skinner. I'll have links to all of the gear in the video description, and if you like this video, please hit the like button. If you're not already a subscriber, please subscribe and hit that notification bell.
Yeah, good morning. I'm just gonna go spend the day on the water. I've got even got some live shrimp. I got crabs. Gonna go out one of the passes, see what I can catch there on that. On the way in, I think I'll try for the usual redfish, trout kind of stuff. Fish some areas I don't normally fish because I haven't, fished my boat a lot. And but I'm getting there, learning. So we'll see.
All right, just maneuvering into place on an open dock. You see there is a woman up on that dock. She read the book. I did ask her if it was okay if I fished there, and she was very happy to have me stop. She said she'd like to watch the fishing, so that's what I'm going to do. All right, I do have some mud crabs with me, but I'm going to start with shrimp just to make sure that there's some sheep's head in this spot. Then I'll break out the crabs. So I'm just going to see how that goes. And right off, I'm getting tapped and hit, and they feel like the right kinds of hits. Like really sharp taps. So I'm going to head for the crab bucket and see what I can do with those. Right, like I usually do, I'm going to trim off the claws, the legs, and then take like one cut on the main body just to make sure I get the juices flowing. And then I'll hook that. These are 1/4 ounce S&S Skinner sheep's head jigs. I'm going to go right through the leg sockets, get it on there really firm. Make sure the hook is exposed. You see me making sure that hook is sharp and there's no like shell on there. And yeah, because you want them to pick that up and you want to be able to set and have them. Sheep's head can be a little tricky to hook.
Yep, that's an eater.
So thankfully with the crabs, I'm not really catching many shorts here. I've only had two. I say thankfully because there's a dolphin hanging around, and sometimes they want to eat the fish you throw back. So the two that I caught, I flipped in by the mangroves there, so I'm quite sure they got away. And there's about 5 feet of water here. I'm wading through the little taps. Want to feel that jig move. If nothing hits for a few seconds, I'll move it just a little bit, get their attention. Now, I wouldn't normally keep a limit of these. Limit is 8 fish at 12 or better inches. I've got company coming, so yeah, I'm looking to put a limit on ice here. Now you might notice, I'm showing from the time I cast, all the way through, and I have not had to wait very long at all for the hits. But I will wait. It's not like, when I blackfish up north, a lot of times it's pretty much lock and load action. But all right, here I do have to wait just a little bit. Like I said, if I'm not getting hit, I'm going to move it just a bit, because I think that movement will maybe get their attention. I know those fish are there. I've got that crab in there with a good cast. I'm going to attract a sheep's head. And like with any fish I'm going to eat, I bleed these things out. You see, I've got a couple bleeding out in the bucket, and that's because they're coming pretty fast here. So, you see two in the bucket. I don't let them sit there too long at all, but it has been like now 3 consecutive casts that I've got a keeper. So, yep, all I do is, give them a good slit in the gills. You're going to see blood pouring out of there after I do that. There you go. And drop them in there, and yeah, just a couple of minutes, but the bite's on, so that's why there's now 3 in the bucket, and there's a couple that are already on ice as well. And of course, one short of my limit, I ran out of crabs, but I've got plenty of really nice shrimp. The shrimp are just, I'm missing hits, I'm catching smalls, I'm not getting the bigger ones. But yeah, you know what, if you stay at it with the shrimp, eventually you will get keepers. And yeah, that's what I'm going to do here to get that limit fish. But then because I've got such nice shrimp and I had beautiful conditions here, I fished the shrimp a little bit longer, casting around different parts of the dock, whole live shrimp and everything, and pieces of shrimp. And all I was getting was short sheep's head, no other fish this time. All right, and that's the limit fish. And you know what? Using the little jigs, no matter what kind of little jig you use, so I find it easier to spot cast than sinker and a hook. So, and speaking of spot casting, okay, so heading back into some different waters now. I've got my limit in the box and gonna fish for other stuff.
There we go. Got something. That feels a decent trout. Yeah, it's got to be a snook. Yeah. Not a bad snook either. Oh, bye-bye snook.
All right, I'm getting pretty close to home here. And what I'm looking for is some place where I can take my company to go trout fishing. And you just have to explore. You know, I've got some depth changes here between 2 and 5 feet. Gonna drift over it, try to find some fish. And the cool thing is about this place is, you know, you look around, how many boats? There are no boats. You're on your own. You have to figure it out. It reminds me a lot of fluke fishing in some areas of Long Island Sound, where you just have to drift the structure and see what you can find.
Wow, that was a good hit. There we go.
Oh yeah, before I even put that fish in the boat, I'm hitting the mark on the plotter and get my first mark in this particular area. So I'm going to try and work off of that. So the pinfish would just kill my gulp in this area. So I'm using those Salt Strong lures, and yeah, you can get a package of that for free. There's a link in the video description.
All right, so these are these free packs that they're giving away. If I hadn't dropped that one in the water, it would have kept catching. They're very durable. Clearly they catch. And by now I think you've seen a couple videos with that, but yep. And all right, so couldn't be easier, right? Screw it on. But the important thing is you got that deeper slot on the bottom. You find that slot. Good to go. They eat it. They eat this one too, pink one.
Yeah, and here's a look at the retrieve. You know, the nice thing about any paddle tail, you just drag that through the water, sweep it, and it's gonna pulsate, and fish love it. So as I went from like, I don't know, 4.5 to 5 feet, more into like 2.5 feet, the bite shut down. So with the trolling motor, I motored back up to where I took that mark, and I'm now spot locked.
Wow, thing just started settling. Wow. So the purpose of this is I've got my daughter coming and son-in-law and or son-in-law to be, and this is a kind of fishing they could certainly do, and then we could have some to eat, and that would be cool. Wow, they are in here. No gulp required. Wow. All right, small, but
So yeah, that's the first short one. The limit is there's a slot 15 inches to 19 inches, but you can keep one over 19. 3 per person, 6 per boat. And I have recently found they are excellent eating. They look like weak fish. They do not taste like weak fish. I find them much better. So yeah, this would be great to take people out to the spot, catch some, and cook up a nice meal with them.
wow, I got hit on the way down, which, you know, it's like 5 feet of water. Unbelievable.
Okay, I'm real happy about this. You know, it looks like I'm out here in the middle of nowhere, but I've got, on my plotter, I've got that Humminbird Coastmaster chart, so I can see the bottom contour real well, and, you know, I just picked out this 2 to 4 foot, 2 to 5 foot structure, and, yeah, the fish are on it. So, all right, I hope you liked this video. If you did, please hit the like button. If you're not already a subscriber, please subscribe and hit that notification bell. And, yeah, if you haven't already, check out the offer for these free lures. That will be in the video description.